So the other night, I went dancing and had the time of my life. I mean, there is a misconception that women who are not married or aren't necessarily claiming one significant other. We're not posting videos, we're not posting photos of our personal or private lives all the time. You automatically think that we're alone all the time, that we're completely isolated all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. Those of us who know who we are as chosen ones, as activated ones, as the ones here for greater missions and purposes other than ourselves, who are here for life altering destinies, know it's very, very important to protect our energy, to protect our missions and our purposes. We isolated ourselves for a very, very long time at the beginning stages of our journeys. It was imperative to do so because we were on this inner odyssey, the dark night of the soul journey, where we are journeying through our minds and our bodies to uncover and activate our missions and purposes. Again, why we've come to the planet. And so it was really, really important that we isolated ourselves, that we were alone, that we were making sure that our auras and our energies and our spaces remained clear and clean from any outside distractions or interferences that could possibly delay, block, or interfere with our journeys into ourselves. Highly important. But once you have gone on that journey and you've come into who you are and what you are, you know why you're here and what you're here to do, you start to come out of this shadow place, I want to say this dark place, but you start to come out of the shadows, out of the dark and into the light. Okay. Into the light, meaning you start to make connections again. You start to allow people to be in your energy, to share your space with you as you are sharing, they are sharing their space with you as well. The thing is, when you come out of this shadow place and you're coming back into the world and you are making connections, you're making it with people who are reflections of yourself. You're making it with people who are reflections of your power and where you are, whether that be temporary or long term. So with that being said, honey, I went out and had a great time. I went dancing with a friend of mine. He's an amazing person, really cool, laid back guy from New York. And he's like, yo, Tamisha, let's go to this really popular place here in Buckhead. It's called Eclipse de Luna. If you haven't been, check them out. Let them know that I sent you. But they have a live band and they were playing Latin music all night. And I love Latin music, partly because I probably grew up in Miami, which is why. And honey, we danced till we sweat. Okay. We ate some really nice food. And then we were ready. When we were ready, we got on that dance floor and we danced all night. And there were so many people there, great energy. Just an awesome, awesome time. And I just want to make it clear that even on a journey as an activated one, a chosen one, yes, you are conscious and cautious about who you spend time with, not because you're looking for the one, honey, but because you are letting your hair down and you are ready to activate and spread this feminine energy around, meaning your mere stepping into a place, you just showing up is spreading and sharing that feminine energy. I cannot tell you the amount of people who were just smiling, gave me good energy because I was sharing my good energy. When you've gone on this journey and you come back out into who and what you are, you will find that there are more people attracted to you than ever before. Why? Because you have activated and awakened this ancient sleeping beauty, sleeping beast that's been suppressed and demonized and vilified inside of you for so long. So once you awaken this energy within yourself and you step out into the public, you're going to realize you attract everyone, people, places, things, birds, and the bees. If you haven't read my article, what else can you do with your sensual and sexual energy other than pour it out on Tyrone? Go ahead and read that. It is on my website, TamishaBurgess.com. And I break down this idea of the activation of ancient feminine energy, divine feminine energy. And so as I was getting dressed, y'all, and putting on my makeup and doing my hair, I'm saying mantras. When I get ready to go out, depending on where I'm going, but particularly I was going on a date. So when I'm getting ready, I always say this mantra, and the mantra is divine feminine, take over, divine masculine, protect and guide. So I allow both my energies to be very, very present, but particularly my divine feminine energy, because she is the one that's at the forefront when I'm on dates. I'm not in my masculine energy when I'm on dates, unless I have to be, unless I have to check whoever I'm out with, because they done crossed the line or something like that. But that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened so far. And I say that hasn't happened because I'm in an energy where it wouldn't happen. It couldn't happen because I'm vibrating at a frequency where the people I'm around know that, see that, respect that, honor that. So the guy that I went out with, really cool guy, laid back. Like I said, we danced all night until we sweat. The dance floor was filled with folks. Everybody was dancing and having a good time and smiling at each other. And honey, he twirled me, he twirled me, twirled me, twirled me. I haven't gone salsa dancing or done any type of merengue or any of that in so long. And so I was getting a lesson as well. He was teaching me how to, merengue again because he's Latin, part Latin, mostly Latin. And so New York Latin at that. So honey, he knew he knew how to cha 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 and da da da, and reminded your girl of how to do that too. So we just had a great time, honey. I had a napkin that was dabbing my face because that's how much I was sweating, and so did he. The band was amazing, and we just had a great time. So the point of this chat is, ladies, fireside chats for global women. This is what it looks like, that turning pain into power being sexy, because turning pain into power is sexy. This is also a reflection of that. Once you know who you are and why you're on this planet and what you are here to do, you've come back out of the darkness with all of this knowledge and all of this ancient wisdom, all of this gold, all of these diamonds about yourself. When you come back out of that, it's time for us to get back into the world and allow ourselves to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, allowing like-minded mirror reflections of ourselves to reflect back to us the type of love and the type of respect that we have given to ourselves on our own individual journeys when we were in isolation on purpose. And so now that you've come back out and you're getting back out there, deciding to get back out. When I say get back out there, meaning decide to, again, align with mirror reflections of yourself. Have a damn good time doing it, because you are going to have a damn good time doing it. Why? Because you are with like-minded energies. And again, when you're out there having a good time and you're allowing someone to dote on you, and, you're allowing yourself to be wined and dined, this isn't about you getting out there because you're looking for the one. This isn't getting back out there because you're any of that stuff. Okay. Again, go and read my article. This is you activating your newly awakened sensual and sexual energy. Again, the name of this is How to Activate Sensual and Sexual Energy for Well-Being Through Dance, with someone or alone. Now, let me let y'all know, I go dancing almost every night. And what I mean by that is I dance in my living room with the candles lit, the light off, and completely naked. Sometimes I put on some of my jewelry. Sometimes I may put on a sarong with nothing underneath, and I'll dance in my living room. I am activating the sensual and the sexual energy all of the time and putting it to work in my life, in my body. This is what it was created to do. So because I know this, I allowed this energy to do what it does while I was out with this person, while I was dancing on the floor with this guy, with this friend of mine. The energies around me and in me, I allowed them to flow. I allowed the sacred, sensual, and sexual energy to rise up in my being. I allowed myself to feel into myself, into the energies within me and around me. In this moment, I absorbed it all. Now, a lot of the times when we feel this energy begin to rise, we try to stop it. We try to inhibit it somehow. We try to suppress it, vilify it, demonize it, and say, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this in this moment. That's an absolute lie. You absolutely should be feeling aroused in this moment. Your emotional intelligence and your mental health, if you've listened to any of the things I've ever written or talked about here on Fireside Chats for Global Women, or read any of my articles, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the time where you allow this energy to activate and rise in you for purposes more than just one. When we feel these sensual and sexual energies begin to rise, we automatically think it means you're supposed to jump somebody's bones. Go and read my article again if you haven't. What else can you do with your sensual and sexual energy other than pour it out on Tyrone? Allowing ourselves to feel these energies, allowing them to rise in our bodies, allowing it to rise up through our spines, up our backs, through our spines, into our minds, just throughout our bodies, helps this same energy pour out into our lives in more ways than one. When you gain the emotional intelligence required on this journey, you will be appreciative and become aware and be more intellectual about how to allow these energies to channel through you and into your life that has nothing to do with having sex or intercourse with the other person. And so, did this person know that I was feeling into these energies? No, but they could feel my energies for themselves. The way they would look at me, the way they would say certain things, like, you know, certain things, wonderful, beautiful, respectful things. And I allowed that to happen. I allowed it to happen because this just added to the energies I was already channeling, which made for a beautiful experience, an amazing night. I was able to come home, go into a meditation, and just sit in this energy before allowing it to go back to rest for a little while. And we'll talk more about that in possibly some future casts, or, some of the things I'm going to be doing in the future, having live events and just going into some of the specifics that I won't go into here. But I do want to just remind you and highlight the power of dance, which many of you probably already know about already. But you can do this alone in your living room, or you can go out dancing with someone, have a good time, baby, and dance until you sweat. Um, and capitalize and really activate these energies in your body and allowing them to rise up through your body in a way that is healing, refreshing, that is arousing in more ways than one. You have gone through your dark night of the soul journey. You have gained all the knowledge from the dark. And now it's time to bring it into the light and share it with the world by the expression of you just being you. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you got something from it. This is Fireside Chats for Global Women, because turning pain into power is sexy. I'll see you on the flip side. Ciao for now. Mwah.